Alright, here we are for another track guide, and we're at Richmond. Unfortunately, because if you've been to the last short track, you know how those turn out. You know, a mess because nobody seems to learn their lesson. Anyways, keys to the race card. Tires as usual. Number 2, it says the car gets light. On exit, it does, it wants to spin. But I feel like it's the stupid thing on the rear that I constantly talk about. You know what I'm talking about. And number 3, enjoy pacing because, well, it's a short track on iRacing, which means people don't know how to drive. Or they do, they just drive over their heads and we end up with 3/4 of the race in caution. So with that said, we're gonna, get to pit road and then we'll talk about the lap. Alright, making our way to pit road. We're going to chuck it into 3 as usual. I'm going to downshift and then I'm going to downshift again all the way down to, I believe, 40 miles an hour. Yeah, a long pit road. Not really long, we'll just speed it up because it takes forever. There's your exit. And your blue cone is right around the corner. Keep it under the yellow. There's your blue stripe. And onto the lap. Alright, here we are about to take our lap. Fix it up, fix weather, which gave me a temp of 117, I believe. Only change I made was to the steering ratio, pinion, whatever, the rear master cylinder, and my brake bias down to 45.1, I believe. I should have put a question mark there because I'm not entirely sure, which gave me a lap of a 22.659. So we'll go ahead and get to it and see how this lap is done. Then we'll talk about it. And there you have it for a 22.6. Let me back that up. Alright, we're going to make our way into 1. I'm going to slow-mo when we get there. And I'm kind of looking for these little, stripes on the right side. You'll see one right there, right next to that little brace. Kind of looking at that one, you can kind of see into the corner. That's where I'm getting on the brakes, and you can already see them already sliver in. So my trail brake, I don't use a ton of brake here because you run a chance of either spinning it or locking up the left front. But you can see I'm aiming for the yellow line. Once I get it down there, I pretty much let it stay down there, letting it roll. But that's when I start to open up the steering because we're going to use some throttle. Now you don't want to get on it too hard because it wants to spin right here when it goes from banking to flat. And it's a pretty sharp turn. But you can see once I'm on it, I'm in it. Alright, we're going to look into turn 3 now. I'm using that black banner there on the right. You can see when I'm alongside it. That's when I'm on the brakes. And we brake a little bit straighter here, just because of the shape of the track. And then we turn in. If you turn in too late, you'll wash up the track. Turn in too early, you'll hit the apron and wash up the track. So use just enough brake to get it to turn. You should be able to let it roll relatively early. On this first, I would call it apex of the corner. I mean, it's still just one apex, but it feels like 2 for some reason. I don't know why. But you can see once I'm against the yellow line, let it roll, start picking up some throttle. Again, like turn 2, you don't want to stand in it because it'll jump out on you. And then once you get it straight, power out and head for the start and finish. And there you go. Alright, that's it for this track guide. Yeah, it's a short track, not much to it as well, but hopefully that helped somebody. As usual, I'm probably going to skip Michigan because it's Michigan, and I can't really help you there, so yeah. Anyways, Sim Racing Chewy side.